Want to speak real Arabic from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at ArabicPod101.com.
Hi everyone, this is Nora from ArabicPod101.com. Welcome to Ask an Arabic Teacher. The question for this lesson is, how do I sound polite in Arabic? Many languages have honorific speech as a whole different level of speech. Arabic honorifics are much easier than that. Much like English, Modern Standard Arabic, and almost all Arabic dialects have certain words and titles that you can add to sentences to make your speech sound more polite. First, let's start with honorific terms and see what they look like in action. The first one is min fadlik. Min fadlik, meaning please. Min fadlik is usually used with requests and orders. Adding min fadlik to any request will make you sound more polite and people will take you more seriously. For instance, al-hisab min fadlik. Al-hisab min fadlik. The check, please. The next honorific term is لو سمحت. لو سمحت, literally meaning if you may allow. This one means pardon me or excuse me. It's a little like min fadlik, but is more often used with questions. Adding it to any question you ask will make you sound more polite. For example, لو سمحت أين المدخل? لو سمحت أين المدخل? Excuse me, where is the entrance? The next honorific term is حضرتك. حضرتك, or in the Egyptian dialect, حضرتك, is the polite alternative of you. Replace you with حضرتك or حضرتك in a sentence and you will immediately sound more polite. For example, أين أنت is the casual way to say where are you. In the polite version, this becomes أين حضرتك. أين حضرتك, which also means where are you, but more polite. Next, we have أستاذ and أستاذة, which mean Mr. and Miss. Use أستاذ for masculine and أستاذة for feminine before people's names to sound more polite. These are typically used for teachers and to address people in a business setting. For example, Sami, which is a man's name, should become أستاذ Sami, meaning Mr. Sami. Hiba, which is a woman's name, should become أستاذة Hiba, meaning Miss Hiba. Lastly, we have تفضل. تفضل is the polite way of saying come over here or come in or go ahead. It's a very useful word and is used in many contexts, as you can tell from its many different meanings. You might use it to invite someone in, invite them to start eating, and many other things. Keep in mind that it changes slightly according to the gender. For example, the casual singular masculine form of this word is ادخل or تعال. It means go ahead or come in. The polite singular masculine is تفضل. The casual singular feminine is ادخلي or تعالي. And the polite singular feminine is تفضلي. تفضلي.
In this lesson, you're going to learn how to introduce yourself in Arabic. There are a few other ways to say it depending on how formal you want to be. Let's first look at an informal way to introduce yourself in Arabic. مرحباً, أنا كارول, سررت بلقائك. Hi, I'm Carol. It's a pleasure to meet you. مرحباً, أنا كارول, سررت بلقائك. Now you try it. Start by saying مرحباً, which is the equivalent of hi. Then say أنا, literally I am, followed by your name. أنا كارول is I am Carol. Finally, say nice to meet you. If you're talking to a man, you say سررت بلقائك. If you are talking to a woman, say سررت بلقائك. This phrase means pleasure to meet you. In the English phrase pleasure to meet you, you is a neutral word. You can use it for both men and women. But in Arabic, the word you needs a gender. When you change the last letter in لقائك, a, to an e sound, لقائك, you are actually changing the word you from the male to the female version. Please be careful to use the correct version. Now let's see another way of introducing yourself. In this version, you will say, "Hi, my name is Carol," instead of, "Hi, I am Carol." And we will learn another way of saying, "Nice to meet you." مرحبا, اسمي كارول. تشرفت بمعرفتك. Hi, my name is Carol. I am honored to meet you. مرحبا, اسمي كارول. تشرفت بمعرفتك. What has changed from the previous introduction? Let's take a close look at these together. First, مرحبا, أنا كارول has changed to مرحبا, اسمي كارول. So, instead of saying, "Hi, I am Carol," we are speaking in a more formal way by saying, "Hi, my name is Carol." Next, after giving your name, instead of saying سررت بلقائك, you say تشرفت بمعرفتك, or I am honored to meet you, which is a bit more formal. Again, we should not forget to change the ending of the word depending on the gender of the person you're speaking to. It would be تشرفت بمعرفتك for a man and تشرفت بمعرفتك in case of a woman. One more time, here are the 4 ways you learn to introduce yourself in Arabic. Informally, مرحبا, أنا كارول. سررت بلقائك if you are speaking to a man, and مرحبا, أنا كارول. سررت بلقائك if you are speaking to a woman. The formal way to introduce yourself is مرحبا, اسمي كارول. تشرفت بمعرفتك if the person you're talking to is a man, and مرحبا, اسمي كارول. تشرفت بمعرفتك if that person is a woman. Now it's time for Carol's tips. When you introduce yourself in the Middle East or Northern African countries, it's polite to offer your right hand for a handshake or give 3 kisses on the cheeks, although the rules vary depending on where you are. Arab people place great value on politeness. So, for example, it is considered rude to enter a room or a place without greeting everyone. If you use the right sentence to introduce yourself, they'll definitely be impressed. Today we're going to learn how to use good manners as we thank people. هل أنتم جاهزون? Are you ready? فلنبدأ. Then let's start. There are several ways to thank someone. Let's start with the most common phrase, شكراً. شكراً. شكراً means thank you. To say thank you very much, you just need to add جزيلاً. شكراً جزيلاً. شكراً جزيلاً. شكراً is a formal way of saying thank you. If you want to thank someone more casually, say متشكر if you're a man and متشكرة if you're a woman. متشكر, متشكرة. This phrase means I am grateful or I am thankful. When someone thanks you, how should you answer? There's no set response like you're welcome in English, but there are a few things you can say. The first is بكل سرور. This means with pleasure. بكل سرور. Another phrase you can say is تحت أمرك, which literally means at your service or at your disposal. If you're talking to a woman, you should say تحت أمرك. تحت أمرك. تحت أمرك. It is often used as a funny way of responding to someone thanking you. There are so many ways of saying you're welcome in Arabic. Another one is لا شكر على واجب, which means don't thank me, it's my duty. لا شكر على واجب. Now it's time for Carol's tips. شكراً can mean thank you or thanks. Arabic language is very emotional, and relations between Arab people are very personal. So what if you want to use an expression that sounds more friendly? In that case, you can use Allah يخليك. This is a nice way to thank someone. That means, may God protect you.
10 phrases you always want to hear. Let's get started. شكلك حلو النهاردة. You look great today. The first phrase is شكلك حلو النهاردة. You look great today. You look great. Awesome. Like shining. وحشتني or وحشني. I miss you. Oh. The second one is وحشتني. I miss you. And sometimes you'll hear Egyptian people say وحشني. And the meaning is almost the same, but وحشني is I miss you, and وحشتني is I've missed you. But we usually use it the same way, so وحشتني or وحشني. برافو عليك. You did a great job. برافو عليك. You did a great job. Bravo. It's French and we use it like in class, for example, they say bravo. ممتاز means great. So they say bravo, ممتاز. هيكون في بونص في آخر الشهر. There will be a bonus at the end of the month. This is every employee's dream, is to hear هيكون في بونص آخر الشهر. There will be a bonus by the end of the month. I would love to hear this. Yeah. أنتِ طباخة ممتازة. You're an excellent cook. The next one is every mother or every girl's dream. أنتِ طباخة ممتازة. أنتِ طباخة ممتازة. You're an excellent cook. استريحي أنتِ وأنا هنضف النهاردة. Take a break. I'll do the cleaning today. And this is every mother's dream, is to hear استريحي أنتِ وأنا هنضف النهاردة. You take a break. I'll clean today. I never say that. I'm such a bad person. But I usually clean my room so my mom doesn't have to clean it. أنت كسبت. You won. أنت كسبت. You win. And usually in Arabic we say مبروك أنت كسبت. Congratulations, you won. Usually in Egypt we have this kind of commercials where they just pick a random person and say مبروك كسبت معنا عربية. Congratulations, you won a car with us. Yeah, but usually it's not true. Commercial beat. كان عندك حق. You were right. The next one is what everyone would like to hear sometimes is كان معك حق. You were right. And usually if you remember from previous lessons, we learned the word مش قلت لك كده? Didn't I tell you so? And usually you would respond or answer أيوة كان معك حق. Yes, you were right. جبت حاجة عشانك. I bought you something special. And the next one is what every girl likes to hear. جبت حاجة عشانك. جبت لك حاجة. I bought you something special. If someone says that to me, I'll be like, oh, even if it's too small, like, yeah. I don't know. I'll buy them something like a photo frame or something like that. And then maybe I will print some photos of us and do some origami and decorate it so it's personalized. Because I think personalized gifts, even if it's not so expensive or, I don't know, if you put your own touch, the gift will be really valued. But it's not going to be like a necklace or anything, like you can just easily lose it or something like that. Shukran. Thank you. And in the end, if someone tells you any of these compliments you just learned, for example, like أنت جميل, أنت طباخة ممتازة, you should always answer in shukran. Thank you.
Want to speak real Arabic from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at ArabicPod101.com.
10 phrases to amaze native speakers. So let's get started. أقدر أحفظ حوالي 50 كلمة عربي جديدة في اليوم. I can memorize around 50 new Arabic words a day. The first phrase is أقدر أحفظ حوالي 50 كلمة عربي جديدة في اليوم. I can memorize around 50 new Arabic words a day. أقدر أحفظ حوالي 50 كلمة. It's too long. Even I cannot memorize it. That sounds tough. Good luck. أقدر أتابع أفلام عربي من غير ترجمة. I can watch Arabic movies without subtitles. The next one is أقدر أتابع أفلام عربي من غير ترجمة. I can watch Arabic movies without subtitles. I think it's amazing to watch Arabic movies without subtitles because, as you all know, Arabic has a standard Arabic and dialect Arabic, and they're so different. So usually all movies are made in the dialect. So if you can listen to the dialect and understand so well without the subtitles, that means that you're very, very good at Arabic. Yeah. أنا بتعلم عربي لوحدي. I'm learning Arabic all by myself. أنا بتعلم عربي لوحدي. I'm learning Arabic all by myself. And this is amazing because Arabic is very difficult. So if you decide to learn it all by yourself, then you're a very smart person. All by myself. أنا فهمت كل اللي أنت قلته. I completely understood everything you said. أنا فهمت كل اللي أنت قلته. I completely understood everything you said. If you can understand native speakers without missing anything out, then you're doing a great job, I suppose. أنا أخدت سنة واحدة بس لغاية ما بقيت بتكلم بطلاقة. It took me only 1 year to become fluent. أنا أخدت سنة واحدة بس لغاية ما بقيت أتكلم بطلاقة. It took me only 1 year to become fluent. And this is amazing, and you can only achieve that by having lots of Egyptian friends you can speak with every day. So you can easily learn Egyptian Arabic fluently. You can speak it fluently in only 1 year or even less. العربي ممتع وسهل في التعليم. Arabic is fun and easy to learn. العربي ممتع وسهل في التعليم. Arabic is fun and easy to learn. And of course, Arabic is fun and easy to learn if you're doing it with us, Arabic Pod 101. أنا مش بس بعرف عربي، أنا بتكلم شوية لغات تانية برضو. Apart from knowing Arabic, I can speak a few other languages as well. أنا مش بس بعرف أتكلم عربي، ده أنا بعرف كمان أتكلم شوية لغات تانية. Apart from knowing Arabic, I can also speak a few other languages as well. For example, English. شكراً ليك، بس هي في الحقيقة مش لغتي الأم. Thank you, but it's not my native language actually. شكراً ليك، بس هي في الحقيقة مش لغتي الأم. Thank you, but it's not actually my native language. أنا بعرف أتكلم عربي بأكتر من لهجة. I can speak Arabic in more than one dialect. أنا بعرف أتكلم عربي بأكتر من لهجة. I can speak Arabic in more than one dialect. For example, I can say شكو ماكو حبيبي. It means how are you or what's up, my love or حبيبي in Iraqi dialect. أنا بعرف أقرأ عربي كمان. I can also read Arabic. The next phrase is أنا كمان بعرف أقرأ عربي. I can also read Arabic. And if you would like to practice Arabic more, you will most certainly find your favorite books in Arabic translated.
In this lesson, we learned some of the most common greetings used in Arabic-speaking countries. هل أنتم جاهزون? Are you ready? فلنبدأ, then let's start. The most common greeting is مرحباً or hi. مرحباً. This is a general way to greet people when you see them. A more cultural greeting is Assalamu alaikum. This means peace be with you and is generally used only by Muslims. We say it when we meet someone and also when we leave. Assalamu alaikum. Someone could respond to Assalamu alaikum with marhaban or hi, but it is more polite to respond to such greetings in the corresponding way. Since Assalamu alaikum means peace be with you, when greeted in that way, we should answer back with wa alaikum assalam, which literally means peace be with you too. Wa alaikum assalam. Whether you use marhaban, hi, or assalamu alaikum, it is also polite to ask the person how they are. Kaifa haluka? How are you? Kaifa haluka. Don't forget that in Arabic, the word you needs to have a gender. So, kaifa haluka is good if you are talking to a man, but if you are talking to a woman, you should ask kaifa haluki. Kaifa haluki. When it's time to leave, you can say wada'an or goodbye. Wada'an. The other person can reply ma'a salama, which means be safe. Ma'a salama. Let's review the phrases you've learned in this lesson. Marhaban is hi. Assalamu alaikum is peace be with you. The response is wa alaikum assalam. Kaifa haluka or kaifa haluki is how are you. Wada'an is goodbye. And ma'a salama is be safe. Now it's time for Carol's tips. If you're leaving and you want to show the person that you would like to see them again, you can use ila liqa, meaning see you, or ila liqa'i qariban, see you soon. ila liqa'i qariban. In this lesson, we're going to learn how to use al-ma'dhira or afwan and ana asif and other words when apologizing in Arabic. We should use al-ma'dhira or afwan when we want to say excuse me, such as when we are ordering something in a bar or a restaurant. For example, al-ma'dhira qahwa min fadlika or afwan qahwa min fadlika. Excuse me, a coffee please. We can also use it when asking a question. المعذرة أين المحطة or عفواً أين المحطة. Excuse me, where is the station? Sometimes we also hear people say من فضلك or please to draw somebody's attention. من فضلك. If the person is a woman, we replace the ending with ki, so it becomes من فضلك. In case you want to use excuse me to apologize instead of asking something, you should say عذراً. It can be used if you accidentally bump into someone on the street. عذراً. Just like عذراً, we can use أنا آسف when apologizing. It literally means I'm sorry or pardon me. As we learned in the last lesson, أنا means I, so the adjective that follows should be modified according to the gender. So if you're a woman, you should say أنا آسفة instead of أنا آسف. All of these phrases can be used for either excuse me or I'm sorry. But if you really want to apologize for something, it might be better to use a different phrase. That phrase is the verb سامحني. سامحني. It can be translated as forgive me in English. It is a bit stronger, but it can be used in both formal and informal situations. Again, since سامحني means that you are asking for the other person's forgiveness, it should be changed according to the gender. So it becomes سامحيني if the other person is a female. سامحيني. Now it's time for Carol's tips. Please remember that in most of the Arab countries, if you accidentally bump into someone, you don't say forgive me, سامحني, which is for a more serious annoyance. Instead, we say عذراً or أنا آسف, excuse me or I am sorry.
Top 10 phrases tourists should never use. Ever. Even within their brains, like you should never use. So, let's get started. القرف ده. That's disgusting. The first phrase you should never use is القرف ده. القرف ده. That's disgusting. القرف ده. Yeah. Ew. القرف ده. For example, if you see someone spit in the street, القرف ده. القرف ده. That's disgusting. بلدي أحسن. My country's better. بلدي أحسن. بلدي أحسن. My country's better. I don't know why anyone shouldn't think of that. You should always be patriotic, but maybe not say it out loud. بلدي أحسن. بلدي أحسن. My country's better. So for example, if you see garbage all around the street, all over the street, you would say بلدي أحسن من كده. أحسن لي أرجع بلدي. I'd rather be back home. أحسن لي أرجع بلدي. أحسن لي أرجع بلدي. I'd rather be back home. Maybe instead of feeling like you want to go back to your country, you would give it another chance to try to experience the new culture or the new food and try to have second thoughts about it. اخرس. Shut up. Don't say this word. اخرس. اخرس. Shut up. Or اسكت. اسكت. Shut up as well. مش مهتمة قوي بثقافتكم. I'm not very interested in your culture. مش مهتمة قوي بثقافتكم. مش مهتمة قوي بثقافتكم. I'm not very interested in your culture. If you're not so interested, why are you there? مش بحب أقابل ناس جداد. I don't like meeting new people. مش بحب أقابل ناس جداد. مش بحب أقابل ناس جداد. I don't like meeting new people. You shouldn't say this, totally. Like you're going somewhere else to meet new people, so how come you don't like it? Even if you're an introvert, just take the traveling time you're spending outside, this temporary time, a way to just let yourself be opened up to the new culture and the new people and so on. So definitely don't say a phrase like مش بحب أقابل ناس جداد. I don't like meeting new people. خلينا ناكل في ماكدونالدز وخلاص. Let's just eat at McDonald's. خلينا ناكل في ماكدونالدز وخلاص. خلينا ناكل في ماكدونالدز وخلاص. Let's just eat at McDonald's. Always look for the local food. Always look for the local stores. Don't go to McDonald's. Just cheap and unhealthy. ممل. Boring. ممل. ممل. Boring. Or you can say الزهق ده. الملل ده. This is so boring. الملل ده. For example, you can say المكان ده ممل. This place is boring. Probably you shouldn't say this. This place is boring. Always try to find the new stuff. Always try to find the unique thing about the place you are in. And don't ever think it's boring. طعمه بشع. This tastes awful. طعمه بشع. طعمه بشع. This tastes awful. You can also say, ممكن برضو تقول القرف ده. القرف ده. That's disgusting. انتوا ناس مش متحضرين. You people are uncivilized. Next one is انتوا ناس مش متحضرين. انتوا ناس مش متحضرين. You people are uncivilized. So for example, if you travel to a country like Egypt and you see people eating with their hands, you might think it's uncivilized, but in Egypt it's quite normal. It's quite natural to eat the food with your hands. So you shouldn't say انتوا ناس مش متحضرين. You're not civilized. You people are not civilized, because to them it's a very natural way to eat food.